Very good afternoon. Welcome to this webinar on digital transformation in FM industry. I am C.R. Saravanan. I am currently working as a Director of Business Operations for Updater Services. I am heading the Pan-India Business Development and Operations of UDS. We are an organization with 1,100 crores revenue with around 550,000 plus employees. UDS is providing IFM services to 1,000 plus customers, and we are now currently managing around 200 million square feet of commercial and industrial workspace. About me, I have overall 25 years of experience, of which last 18 plus years I am working in the FM fraternity. I have been instrumental in setting up a couple of technology centers in Chennai. Today we are going to discuss on digital transformation in FM industry. What is digital transformation? Digital facilities management involves using the integrated systems to automate facilities management functions. This includes sourcing, lease management, move management, CAD integration, auto alert, space planning, preventive and demand maintenance. This also includes auto reporting and management of information flow across fragmented process in facilities life cycle. As with any industry, the success of digital transformation in the facility management industry has its own challenges, risks and rewards. Behind the overall enthusiasm, excitement and other things which are created around this digital transformation, it also brings about innovation, creativity, processes, systems, organization and cultural transformation. There are multiple pillars that need to be taken care into consideration towards digital transformation. Yes, of course, the most important ones are data, people, processes and systems. The success of such a journey depends on how well these pillars are equally addressed, transformed and integrated between them. Digital transformation should not only involve and not only internally but also the external stakeholders of the FM industry as well. These includes our vendor partners, customers, tenants, suppliers, subcontractors, property management and of course the entire FM fraternity. All stakeholders should be trained to use the tools interactively between them and disciplined to update the information required on time-to-time basis. Perhaps one can even think, why do we need digital transformation when we already have an BMS which is installed in our facilities? Is it really more of selling? No, there are certain limitations in BMS. I'm just listing out some of these limitations. BMS actually identifies an alarm, but it doesn't assign a job to the technician, and the technician will not be able to rectify the issue based on the alarm. This FM software prepares the technician and guides through the complete the job. BMS does not schedule and monitor the routine preventive maintenance activities. BMS does not account the manpower utilized and spent to operate and maintain the building. BMS does not even provide an actual operation and maintenance cost of financial reports. BMS does not ensure adequate spare parts and obviously the required consumables and materials to carry on a preventive or a reactive maintenance. BMS does not provide any fault detection and diagnostic support to technicians to reduce the equipment breakdown durations. BMS does not have machine learning or any artificial intelligence to understand the operations. Basically, BMS acts as a more of a fact-finding tool. Now let's move on. What are the benefits of technology? Why do we need technology? Comfort to the occupants. It increases the capabilities from a normal building to a smart building. Optimization of energy, reduction in operation cost, reduction in maintenance cost, reduced equipment breakdown, increased MTBF, which is mean time between failure, and reduced mean time to repair. It also increases the asset life, and obviously it is a paperless maintenance. Today in this green world, all of us are more concerned about environment, and this paperless maintenance helps a lot in this particular aspect. Business continuity is made easier. We are actually updated and with our operational and financial cost, strong and effective communication, timely access to asset history, knowledge base and other benefits, anywhere, anytime, and on-the-go alerts. With this latest technologies, we should be able to operate, maintain, troubleshoot, understand our facilities management, the breakdown maintenance, whether the preventive maintenance schedule is completed as per task. Wherever we are in the world, we should be able to just have an entire snapshot of it from our mobile. And it prevents more failures, it improves the data accuracy, it actually helps us to understand the building performance. There's a lot we can do with this benchmarking, gap analysis. I'll go about more in detail as we speak during this conversation. There is a faster and better support to the tenants, more of an SaaS-based products which is very easy to use, pay as per the number of usages, customized workflow process engine, complete solution for all building operation needs. I would just like to talk about few areas which are now useful in this FM software. There are a few things which I wanted to really talk. The first being asset management, maintenance management system, facility help desk and ticketing module, vendor management system, inventory management system, FM staff attendance system, visitor management system, energy management system, and of course IoT sensing and controls, which plays a major role in this entire digital transformation. Now let me talk about these particular modules in detail. In terms of an asset management system, this helps to access the entire building assets. It helps in terms of the asset performance and monitoring it and the analytics around it. The asset utilization metrics, the dashboard of the entire asset utilization, cost of each asset maintenance, asset depreciation factors, all of your contracts, statutory license renewals and expiry, everything can be tracked through this asset management module. Maintenance history of each asset, whether it can be a preventive maintenance or it can be a predictive or a reactive maintenance. In terms of spares, specifications and availability of each and every assets and its spares, as it is available, it is easy to order or maintain inventory, the consumable specifications and availability of each of these consumables as and when required. The second important module in this entire CAFM, which is computer aided facility management, is maintenance management system. The maintenance management system revolves around periodic and pre-scheduled preventive maintenance, assured inspections, digitized online checklists. This is a very important aspect to this, where we had been using papers for monitoring most of our checklists, and we have been difficult to even refer back something which went right or went wrong. Now with this digitized online checklist, we should be able to understand what went wrong or what went right using the checklist at any given point of time. Digitized inventory ensures a lot of material availability for any maintenance requirements. Systematic escalations, whether a task is assigned to a technician, if it is completed within the turnaround time, if it is completed, the ticket gets closed, or in case the TAT is missed, it next goes on to the next superior level as per the design system. So every facility manager and the client should be able to understand the completion of any given task at any given point of time. The mobile app of course helps a lot in terms of monitoring and notifies every now and then in terms of what is completed and what is pending. There's a lot of dashboard which can be created around it. The daily digest emails, your dashboards, your inventories brings in a lot of effectiveness. The other next model which I wanted to talk about is the help desk ticketing, which is very common nowadays and we have already started using. This app helps in terms of generating a ticket and assigns to a specific individual based on the type of ticket. For an example, if somebody has a carpentry issue and calls up the facilities help desk or raises a ticket in this particular module, the help desk operator or the system by itself will assign the ticket to the respective individual depending on the type of nature of the complaint or the request. It is assigned to a carpenter, plumber, technician or even a soft services person to attend to it. And the moment the technician or the respective individual gets the ticket, he or she directly attends to the particular issue, completes it, and the closure report of it is kept informed to the users at regular intervals. Traditionally, conventionally, we used to raise complaints over phones, which is being forwarded manually, and everything is made online. The tenant feedback can be resolved, and the TAD can be maintained. The call response dashboard can be analyzed, and this increases the comfort of the tenants, customers, and in fact, the workload of the entire facility management is actually reduced by this entire ticketing module. There are other various modules which are supplementary or which are more adding to these modules, like vendor management system. The entire SLA which has to be assigned to a vendor can be uploaded to this module, wherein we can write the KPIs and the SLAs which has to be managed by the vendor, and the vendor by himself has an access to this tool, wherein he or she can be able to track their performance on their own screens. The maintenance scheduler gets reminders to these vendors, and it helps a lot of manual follow-ups. Contract management and trackers are part of this module. Vendor performance, vendor work orders, and Vista management systems can be integrated together. I'll talk about the Vista management system in a moment, but basically through this vendor management software, once a work order is raised on vendor, the system, the module by itself, connects to the Vista management software and allows him to have an access to this building as and when required, depending on the type of the complaint and the time required for the completion. Effectively, all the vendor reports, cost, and everything can be tagged, and it can be measured. The dashboards can be shared on a monthly or a regular basis to the entire management team. There's another important module which is called, effectively, we use a lot of Excel sheets to maintain these inventory management system. Today, when we all know the kind of spares and consumables and tools, tackles which are required to maintain these infrastructure, the list of consumables are too high for us to actually monitor it manually. But this inventory management system connects each and every asset, and each of these assets is connected to the respective tools, tackles, consumables, spare parts which are required, and these spare parts are all uniquely coded, and these codes are actively connected to these assets. Whether it is a preventive maintenance or a reactive maintenance, the moment there is a breakdown, the related consumables and spares are directly connected, and the inventory or the purchase order to the vendors can be directly sent through this module. It helps a lot of good control mechanism. We can always review the total inventory, the dead stock, the regularly used goods, the rarely used goods, which can effectively help us in a lot of cost savings. I think the next model which I wanted to talk about is energy management. Every individual in the entire FM industry had been talking about energy management system for a long time. I'm not talking about the energy conservation here. I'm talking about the basic energy management system. We know our technicians and our electricians carry a lot of logbooks and registers. They carry every time in their shift. They used to record it every hour, every day, and even maintaining those records or going back and referring becomes very difficult for all of us. But this automated energy monitoring potentially helps us in terms of lot of energy savings, where when this energy monitoring is connected to IoT systems, there's a lot of energy savings which comes into place. I'll talk about energy IoT systems in a minute. No more manual log sheets, no more manual data entry. Historic energy consumption data can be analyzed at any given point of time. It can be a week's data, monthly data, or a yearly data. Effectively, it helps us to understand what is the consumption in terms of HVAC, UPS, lighting system, all support system. It can be categorized. It can be sliced and dashed wherever as per our requirement. It is actually an unsupervised machine learning algorithm. Basically, just for example, if you are just monitoring the energy meter readings on a given day, and if you have to really analyze what is the peak period consumption, what is the low consumption, just by applying this tool, we should be able to come out with the data. What is the peak energy consumption? What kind of a footfall is there in a building? What is really required? When the air conditioning needs to be switched on? What is the time which needs to be switched off? Even some cases we actually switch it off even before the peak closure times. It helps a lot of energy saving again. The multi-tenanted billing in terms of energy management is completely automated, where every month we don't need to really go through so much of ledgers and see what is the per tenant consumption or per tenant billing, the system throws up the invoice at the end of the month, which is really a useful tool. And it identifies and reduces a lot of energy loss, prioritizes the category-wise energy optimization and conservation, calculation of energy conservation by various systems, which I actually spoke about it. So there are a lot of benefits in this energy management module by itself, which users who have already started using this would have really seen the output of it. And there are other modules to this Vista management system. It reduces a lot of manual process, it improves the digital efficiency. The wow factor which is being actually realized by the customers or visitors, anyone who just enters your facility, helps a lot in terms of the front desk operator to plan for the visitors even before they arrive and actually take care of their visitor movement immediately or when they arrive at the place. So it in fact improves a lot of efficiency and the well-being of the employees. Having said that, there are many other things which can be tagged to these modules. The FM attendance system itself is a module which is actually integrated, wherein the resources of a particular facility can be mapped to the system, and they can also be categorized into the type of working. It can be like an electrician, plumber, carpenter, pantry boy, housekeeper, and they can be coded accordingly. The moment a work order is generated based on the type of category and the availability of the person by means of this facial recognition, once they log into the system, it always shows the availability of the particular resource and the tickets can be directly assigned. Today we know we have to depend on manual supervisors to find out who is available, whether they are already occupied. But this FM attendance software connected with the ticketing system and the work orders helps us to throw an immediate light on who is available and what is the shortest period to complete any open tickets or an immediate work orders. And this FM software by itself helps us in terms of the billing of the total support system itself. Now coming back to the last part of this particular modules, the IoT sensing and controls. What is IoT? All of us know IoT is the Internet of Things. It is the collection and exchange of data between physical devices connected by an internet protocol. In a very simpler term, it refers to connecting things, a machinery, sensors to the internet. And today's world, as we speak in India, we have already progressed a lot in this particular area, but I still believe there are a lot of areas of improvement wherein we can automate most of these repeated things, and there are a lot of things which can be done very affordable, and it is available very much across the country. And the internet connectivity obviously in India has improved a lot, and it is faster and more reliable than ever, making IoT a more successful thing. IoT allows organizations to collect more information, quickly respond to the changes, and act on new smart business intelligence. As we move into a world where everything is connected, a new smart infrastructure will need to be implemented with asset and facility management tools that are capable of dealing with the scale and life cycle of dispersed yet connected physical assets. For facility managers, this means that issues and potential problems will be much easier to identify in a facility that uses IoT. Again, in this current global pandemics, the responsibility of FM companies in keeping people and assets safe is now more than ever complicated or important. Several companies have come up with innovations that can help in COVID risk mitigation within the workplace. Companies are now started using technologies for ensuring social distancing using IoT and AI. There are so much of new innovations have come in where there is a contact-free access systems are there, attendant trackers are available, automatically generated digital passes for visitors, and so on and so forth. Additionally, technologies like access control system, automated thermal cameras for temperature screening, face mask detection using AI, room sensors to track human activity, mask compliance systems are also widely now used. I think it is the right time for us to actually start working on these innovations to reduce the intervention of human and to improve the efficiency and provide a stable 100% confidence system. IoT also helps in terms of monitoring the real-time asset conditions through IoT sensors, automatic control actions in ease of any of these anomalies, diagnose faults using the software fault detection programs, identify fault conditions that affect the functional performance of these assets, automate fault resolution workflows with auto work order creation, which is a real use of a real-time product which is really available to make use of it. IoT can be really used in automating many of these infrastructure. I am just talking about few areas here, especially in terms of air conditioning. There's a lot of IoT is being put on place. It controls and monitors the space, air temperature and provides comfort to occupants. Basically, all our VFDs and VAVs which are being put in place are only being monitored through BMS systems. Now, with these IoT sensors, it automatically controls these mechanisms to provide the comfort to the occupants and more importantly, saves energy. It can provide stop the excessive cooling which leads to discomfort and also energy wastage. In fact, there is another point to it, which is the inadequate cooling, which most of us come across on a daily basis. It also prioritizes the comfort of the occupants and ensures less wastage of it. IoT can be effectively used in terms of air quality monitoring and comfortness. Today, our quality of air, which is prevalent in our atmosphere, and the number of air turns which is required to keep an area better controlled air needs lot of intervention, and these IoT sensors helps us to maintain the quality of air effectively. It helps to maintain the fresh air intake. Basically, too much of fresh air intake also increases our energy cost, but the apt quantity of fresh air to maintain the quality air quality level can be directly monitored, implemented and controlled by these IoT sensors. There are other things which IoTs are now currently used in chiller plants. A lot of controls are being implemented through chiller plants, HVAC, AHUs. In terms of lighting, there is a lot of lighting controls. It can be an interior lighting control, exterior, signboards. Effectively, all our motion sensors, we know what kind of challenges. We keep waving our hands whenever we are in a conference room or any kind of office space. But these lighting controls actually senses the human availability in the space as they walk into the room and keeps the lights on till the time they are available and automatically switches off when people exit the room. And there are many other IoT related products are available which can be explored. IoT is now effectively used for water management as well. It is helped in water level management, sump level, total consumption of water is being monitored. We can even book a water containers or tanker lorries based on the quantity of water available in your sumps, and all these things are directly automated. It really directly sends the purchase order to the vendors to supply water. It helps to maintain the quality of the water system. There are a lot of companies which have now come up with sensors to check the quality of water. This can be effectively used. We don't need to really around the tankers or the sumps every day to check the quality. We can be rest assured the water quality by installing these sensors. And yes, not last but not the least, our security monitoring systems. There's so much of innovation have come in this security monitoring systems with IoT. The motion detector sensors, the glass break detector sensors, the 360-degree ceiling mount PIR sensors, shock detectors, smoke or heat detectors, sirens, alarms, central command centers are connected to all these IoT sensors. So the command centers, without even having the vigilance of a security person at the desk of it, will be able to know what is happening in their facility and can control effectively the safety of the entire campus. And today, the entire FM industry knows the amount of time and energy we spend on washrooms. Washrooms in kind of a large space like in airports or even factories or even the large commercial spaces, we can manage and ensure the washrooms are maintained. It has an usage counter sensors which effectively helps in monitoring and managing the use of washrooms. In these pandemics, we are restricted to use the number of users in the washrooms, and these sensors helps us telling how many of them are using the washrooms at any given point of time. It in fact shows a display at the entrance of the washrooms is a red or a green indicator. If the number of users are exceeding this particular usage, it shows a red flag so that the next user will wait for its turn. There are odor monitors, wetness detection sensors are available to sense the water spillage, and it automatically sends a notification to the supervisor says there is a wetness in the floor and can be immediately cleaned or required actions has to be taken. We have also got sensors to monitor the quantity of the tissue papers, the quantity of soap oils. Today we don't need to really go and check each and every washroom to see the quantity of the tissue papers and soap oil. These sensors provide us, as depending on the kind of levels which we fix, once the quantity reduces, sensor notification so that it can be refilled immediately. There are many other IoT sensors applications which are used in car park ventilations. There are UPS software integrations, HDLT panel distributors, lifts and elevators, fire alarms, smoke detectors, security systems. In fact, in car parking management also the IoTs have come in where facility managers know the issues around car parkings, where now these IoT sensors help in managing the car parking automatically. I really thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this digital transformation in FM industry. Just to conclude, these technologies are transforming the entire facility management industry in a significant way, and it will be exciting to see how this will grow. When it comes to improvements around quality, production and longevity of these physical assets, digital transformation is an unfolding revolution. These exciting new developments will change the facility management industry for me, you and every one of us in this entire fraternity. These software solutions help business to better organize their facility management departments, which leads to less unplanned downtime, higher productivity and better overall business performance. While when facility managers move from organizing inspection and maintenance with paper, pen and clipboards to implementing software solutions, customers and can reduce costs. Facility managers are tasked with balancing their increased productivity demands alongside time and budget constraint. By implementing and enterprising these facility management solutions, they will be able to improve both their financial and operational outlook of their organizations. Hope this brief on this FM softwares and the digital transformation was useful. I'm happy to hear from you. Thank you.